So guys, we've just moved here down to Florida, and we're in the Melbourne area. And there's several lakes that are part of the St. Johns River system that are within 15 minutes of the house. And areas down in Palm Bay, the Headwaters Lakes, Garcia, Stick Marsh, all that stuff, that's about an hour. And with that dirt road in the condition that it is right now, it's probably closer to an hour and a half in reality. So I've been hitting these St. Johns River systems, and it's kind of interesting because I went onto a Florida fishing forum and somebody had posted, what is the worst lake in the country that you fished in? Now, I really think in a Florida fishing forum, they're probably asking what lake is the worst in Florida. Interestingly enough, Lake Norman, which was the lake that we used to live at, was voted as one of the worst. I'm not sure by who. It's actually a lake where you can catch a lot of fish. It's just, they tend to be small, although there's certain times of years where the big ones definitely turn out, but it's just hit or miss there. But anyway, Lake Pointsett got several votes from people in the Florida area as the worst lake in the country. Now, I had heard that there was a fish kill about a year and a half ago there, which made it even worse. However, I decided to check it out anyway. Well, if you can't tell, I don't have a speck of dryness on me right now. I am wet from my ass crack to my eyebrows, and it's because we got one of those torrential downpours, and I was without a raincoat, which is probably why it rained, to be honest with you. But we went ahead and launched the boat anyway. It stopped as abruptly as it started, and we just pulled up to our first spot. Hopefully we can catch some fish. Tilapia bite. That's a good sign. God, my mistake. That was a pathetic hook set. God dang it. So textbook. I don't know if you can see right in front of me here. We're on a river system, little current break here. I don't know this lake at all, so this is my first time here. But I rolled up because it looked like there was a couple current breaks along this bank. Tilapia, and then whatever that was. Felt like something a little bit bigger. Of course I blew it, but so we don't know, but it's our second bite in this area. That says a lot. That whole bush shook. God, that whole bush shook. There it goes. There we go. Not a bad first fish. That whole bush shook when I threw that in there. That was sick. What a fun fish. You gotta love Florida fishing, man. Absolutely love it. baby. Little baby. Caught that one on a speed worm. Stop spinning. Alright. He popped it. Beautiful. Beautiful color on them though. I love these Florida bass. How dark they are. They look gorgeous. That was tricky. I've missed a few bites, and I don't know if you could see that on camera, but let me just say that Minn needs to figure out their Bluetooth. It is terrible. But I was missing several bites. I let that fish have that for a while, and you probably saw. But it was required to get that guy in the boat there. See you later, dude. So far, this lake is awesome. It is fed by many creeks and many rivers, and it seems to be perfectly healthy. So it's been fun so far. I mean, we didn't get here till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Had a lot of bites. We've been out here for about 2.5 hours, and I mean, we haven't left the area that we started in. That says a lot, you know. We've gone up and down maybe a 200-yard stretch, and had a lot of bites. If we had capitalized on all of them, we'd have a limit. Another one. He was way back there. So when we first got here, golly. When we first got here, they were on the outsides of these reeds, but seems like they're pushing back into the slop. So we're gonna fish a little bit more of that. All right, guys, we're about 2.5 hours in. I had a great time fishing this section of the riverbank, and you know, I kind of stumbled upon it. I saw that there was a current break, pulled in, and got bit pretty quickly, and then was able to just kind of go back and forth on it for a while until they quit biting. But now we're gonna go ahead and move on, check out the main lake. I might stop in a few different sections. There's quite a few spots I want to check out. Now the wind's going to dictate where we go a little bit today, because it seems like, you know, the shad, the bait fish, they're going to move out of this wind. So any place you can kind of find that has some hard cover, whether it be buggy whips or, you know, some other vegetation that's going to break up that current, you seem to find some bass. At least based on that first little stop, that's kind of what I've figured out. And yeah, I'm going to continue running that pattern, and we're going to see how the day goes. All right, maybe you can see by the slick calm along that shore bank, that's creating a little current break. So I'm going to kind of move in down here, work my way out. We got some buggy whips, which we've been catching fish on. There's a little inlet here, lily pads. I don't know. This looks like it could be a dynamite little area. I'm seeing about 3 feet of depth right now on the side scan and down scan imaging. So I suspect we're gonna find some fish. It's a classic bend in a creek. You know, when you're on a river, you're looking for current breaks, which can be just a bend or some point that sticks out. Little oxbows, you know, different things that are gonna just cause the current to do something different. I feel like if the bait fish can find shelter from the current, they're gonna be there, typically. And this kind of has that. Oh my God, what the hell is that? Oh my God, that's a brute. Like I said, in the current breaks of these rivers. Dude, this is a solid fish. 6 pound for sure. Okay, come here, you. No, don't do that. Oh my word. And that's why we moved to Florida. Look at that, dude. That's a big ass bass. Man, I love it here. This place is dope. Oh my word. Man, he was hooked good. Not coming out. So he ate that Vigilante, ran out of cyclones. I started throwing that Vigilante, and this guy choked it. Woof. I'm gonna have to do some work to get this hook out, I think. Full on surgery. There we go. That out. There we are. That's an 8. That might be. I'm gonna say it's at least 7. We're gonna put it on the scales and see what she weighs in here. Whew. So that bass weighed 6 pounds 12 ounces. It's a nice bass for the summertime in Florida. This is silly. These fish really do not care about the heat. You know, I know a lot of guys wait until the winter to make trips down here, but I'm telling you. And I mean, it's the middle of the afternoon. I didn't get out until 1 o'clock. So, guys, I mean, it is 4 o'clock right now. And we're catching almost 7 pound bass. You cannot complain about that. Well guys, as you can see from my experience on Lake Pointsett, it is certainly not the worst lake in America. It's not even the worst lake in Florida, I'm betting. You know, it just goes to show you that dock talk is it's better off just ignoring it. It's seldom truthful. You know, some of the guys that commented that Lake Pointsett was the worst probably had a bad experience, a singular bad experience. Or maybe they fished a tournament and blanked because they didn't do their homework, they didn't practice and figure out where the fish were located. It happens. And I understand that the bitterness lingers after something like that, but it doesn't mean that that lake is bad. If you want to experience bad lakes, guys, I encourage you to go fish Ohio. There's some of the worst lakes in the well, I shouldn't say it. There's some tough lakes. The toughest lakes in the country are probably in Ohio. But anyway, I had a great time out on Lake Pointsett. It was definitely a fun time, and I look forward to going back. That lake is fairly large, and it does seem like there are a lot of different patterns that can play out. I did find rock veins when I went exploring. I found deep water. There's some docks, there's some brush piles, there's some really cool features on that lake that I think make it a standout in this area. Now, I don't know if all those patterns will end up playing, but I'm betting at certain times of the year they definitely will. Anyway, I'm certainly looking forward to taking another trip down there, and hopefully it will be as equally productive. In the meantime, guys, good luck out on the water, and we'll see you next time.